You likely fit into one of two categories. You are skinny and you have a flat chest, or you're overweight and you have man boobs. I used to be the one with a flat chest with no definition, no muscle mass. And I was constantly going in the gym, doing random pressing movements, thinking that they were all gonna grow my chest equally. Now, as someone who has a big chest, who has a developed and well-rounded chest, it's one of the better parts of my physique. I can bench press over 405 pounds. You cannot bench that weight without a good amount of mass on your chest. The secret to building a big chest, an impressive bench press, is going to be the moment you understand how your chest actually works. Once I understood this and changed a few key things, this is when my chest started to grow, and has started to grow fast. The first step is going to be to understand your chest, and then you can understand why it's not growing. Barbell bench press, flat bench press used to be one of my favorite chest exercises. I would go and I would do it every time I hit chest because honestly, I just like benching big weight. But the chest has three main parts: upper, middle, and lower chest. And if you only flat bench, you are missing 2/3 of the fibers that make up around a 3D and aesthetic chest. Let me ask you, when you train your arms, are you only hitting biceps? No, you're also training your triceps because it takes up 2/3 of your arm. Your upper chest is like a shelf. It gives it that round 3D popping look, especially when you're wearing something like a wife beater or a tank top. And then your middle and lower chest are bigger. They're gonna pop more in something like a normal t-shirt. It's gonna look like you actually lift. I've helped train a lot of people. I've trained for years myself, and the biggest problem that people have when they are pressing or doing any sort of chest movements is they don't really feel it in their chest. A lot of times guys are really pushing with their triceps or their shoulders because the setup of their exercise is wrong, or their mind-muscle connection is off. The first thing you need to fix isn't even the exercises you are doing. It's, do you feel your chest when you are hitting chest exercises? There's two easy ways to build that connection with your chest. The first one is a form that I don't really love to do, but it's called pre-exhaustion. This is where you do something like some cable flies. You get some blood pumped up into your chest before you do a pressing movement. Then when you do the pressing movement, you are really going to feel it, and you're gonna isolate the pec fibers more. What I prefer to do more than this is to prioritize the setup and the form of your chest movements. There's a few different cues you should be doing when you're setting up for chest movements. The first one should be to pull your shoulder blades back and down. You should be engaging your lats, yes, your lats on your back during your chest movements to help you stabilize your pressing. And something that skyrocketed my chest gains is tucking my elbows a little bit, like at a 45-degree angle, instead of flaring them out and pressing up here like this. And lastly, think about squeezing your chest at the top and during your pressing movements. You're not just pressing the weight. Now, let's talk about the exercises that built my chest very, very fast. There's gonna be 3 exercises, and you are gonna focus on these 3, and you are gonna focus on getting brutally strong at them. There's going to be 1 exercise for each section of your chest. Most people's weak point is their upper chest. Because of this, this is where you are going to want to start on your chest days. So for this, you are going to start with an incline press. You can do incline Smith machine, you can do incline dumbbell, incline barbell, whichever one you like the most. But the key on this is going to be to go heavy. It's your first exercise of your chest day. And then you are going to do 3 or 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Again, the reps are low because you are pushing heavy weight here. Use a 15 to 30 degree incline on the bench when you are doing this. Anything higher than this, 45 or higher, is going to turn it into a shoulder workout. And again, I mentioned this earlier, but if you are prioritizing and targeting your upper chest, you want to keep your elbows tucked during the pressing range of motion. You don't want to flare your elbows up like this. This is going to hit more of your middle and lower chest. After your incline press, you are going to move on to a flat press. If your gym has a flat press machine, I encourage you to use that. But if you don't, use a dumbbell press. It gives you a good stretch. It gives you a good contraction at the bottom. It trains your stabilizer muscles, and it really allows you to get the full range of motion. Make sure you are focused on controlling the weight on the way down and at the bottom. And then when you're bringing it up, you're really focused on squeezing your chest together. But again, go really heavy on the weight. And then the last compound lift you're actually gonna do for your chest is going to be dips. Lean slightly forward on these to really target your lower and your middle chest. These are great because you can progressive overload them over time. But you're gonna wanna start with body weight dips, and then you can move to negatives. So you're helping yourself up and controlling on the way down, and then eventually you can move to weighted dips. And with these, 3 sets to failure twice a week is all you're gonna need. And then at the end of my chest workout, I will add in a fly variation, either cables or dumbbells. This isolates and finishes the chest off really well. It allows me to get a good squeeze, a good contraction, pump a lot of blood up into my chest, and honestly leave the gym feeling like I have a sick pump. These fly variations are going to be mainly about getting a full range of motion, really stretching out your chest and squeezing it at the top. Use good form, use a full range of motion, do a few sets of these. You can up the reps a little bit if you really want to finish off your chest. And here's a few things to avoid if you want to grow your chest fast. Stop doing random workouts. Stop doing 100 push-ups for your chest day. Follow a structured plan where you're doing some compound lifts and some accessory lifts and really progressing your lifts over time. This is the key to building a big chest. And the fancy exercises, the really fancy chest machines aren't gonna beat the basics like the flat chest machines or the dumbbell or barbell incline bench. And the last mistake for chest is honestly ego lifting. You should not be loading up a barbell just to bench and try and impress people. I fell into this trap for a long time. I would go in the gym, I would bench the same weight week after week after week because I thought I was impressing the people around me, but I wasn't focused on my own progressive overload, growing my own chest. And the goal isn't just to move the weight, it's to make your chest move the weight. You don't want to be doing a hip thrust when you're flat benching. Building my chest wasn't just about training harder, it was about training smarter. Once you understand the anatomy of your chest, you can fix your form, you can really focus on progression, you can have that mind-muscle connection. If you can stay consistent with the basics, your chest will grow faster than you ever thought was possible. It will become one of your more impressive body parts if it's not already. It's time to get rid of your flat chest or your man boobs. And if you have any questions at all, DM me on Instagram. My goal here is genuinely to help you guys. And if you like this video, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe if you're not, because we are building the best version of you right here, right now.